everyone, and welcome back to another Fast and Furious Build the Legendary Dodge Charger RT, brought to you by fanhome. This actually arrived on Christmas Eve, and I've received issue 3, 4, 5 and 6, and in today's issue what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the nose with grille and front headlamps. So that's going to be the front of it, and as you can see it all sort of sandwiches together, and then we'll be left with this gorgeous section down here which is going to look absolutely fantastic. So let's get started and see what we've got to do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run through the parts that we've got. So obviously this part here is part 3A, and that's your front bumper. Part 3B, which is this section here, this is actually plastic, and this is the front grille support. You've then got 3C, which are these two parts here, and they are the front headlamp trim, and you've got two of these as you can see. So we'll pop them back over there. The next part that you've got is 3D, and you've got 4 of these. I'm not going to get all of them because we've got 4. These are glass cover front headlamps, as you can see. So we've got 4 of them, which you'll see later on in the video. 3E is this section here, and that is your front grille section. Lovely mesh effect here, and you've got the same sort of scenario as the GTR badge there, which I'll go into a bit detail later on. 3F here is your front headlamp unit, so that's them, and we've got 2 of these. Your next section is 2 of these, which is 3G, and these are indicator units. You've got 2 of them. 3H is your indicator glass cover. Again, we've got 2 of these, like so. Then we go to 3I, which is your indicator trim. Again, we've got 2 of them. 3J is this lovely section here, which is the metal. So we'll just pop that down like that. That is your front valance. So this is the front valance apparently. So we'll pop that over to there like so. 3K is your vital bit, which is your RT emblem. This is very similar to the GTR. I'll go into detail with that a bit later on. And then 3L is your radiator grille, which looks like that. As you can see, very nice mesh work there. You've got a lovely mesh on the front, and then like that's sort of like plastic on the back. And then obviously we've got our selection of screws, and you have AP, DM, BP and CP. Right, so let's get this started and let's get this all secured together. So what we're going to do is we're going to get part 3B, which is the front grille support, which is this section here. Now you'll notice that you've got holes either side of here, and what's going to happen is we're going to get this section here. It's a bit of making a sandwich here at the moment, because what we're going to do, we're going to put it in. They want it because you've got tabs on the end of here. It looks as if what's going to happen is they're going to go in like that either side. So we're going to do this either side, so we'll do the other one in a minute. Once you've done that, you're then going to pop your glass headlamps into here. So as you can see, you've got a pin here with what looks to be a little hole, and the pin is on there. So what will happen is that will sit onto there like that, and that will grip it. It will grip it onto here. Okay, so we'll do that again with the other one. Okay, it just literally sits on the top of it. Don't need to glue it or anything because it's going to be sitting on the top of there. So as you can see, some of these do need a little bit of persuasion. Once you've done that, you're then going to get part 3F, and that is the headlamp covers, which is that little section there, and then that's just going to sandwich over the top like so, and that will hold that into position, as you can see. I'm just going to turn that round a bit because I just want to see if it's directional. I don't think it is direction, it doesn't really matter what way it goes on, but as you can see, that goes onto there like so. So once you've done that, you're going to grab yourself a BP screw, which we've got here. I love it when they label bags because for some reason with the Agostini and Harshett have started to do it, they don't label the bags, especially in the Terminator. So what we're going to do is get a BP screw. We're going to pop a screw through here and through the other side of here. Okay, and that's going to screw into position and hold that into shape. Okay, is that gone in? No. Thought that I just felt it turning and didn't go into nothing. So there we go. you know if it's not turning into nothing, because one, the screw will feel loose, and secondly, you'll feel it going round and round and round. So once we've done that, we're going to pop over the other one now, and we'll screw that into there, and then we've got to duplicate the other side. So we'll pop that down like so. Let's screw this in. Now, because obviously this is a monthly shipment, I'm going to be breaking it down into 4 weeks, okay? Because that way we've got something to do each week if we do that. So that's what that looks like. And oh wow, look at that. Absolutely stunning. So what we're going to do now, we're going to duplicate it on the other side now. So same scenario, we're going to pop that in first. We're then going to pop our lights or the headlamps in. So that's going to go into there, and they're going to sit onto there. I might be tempted to use a little bit of glue on that, just to secure it a little bit more. But at the moment, I've learned by, you know, don't glue it unless absolutely necessary, because I've made mistakes in the past where I've glued it and it's been a job and a half to try and get it removed. And then I've had to buy new parts. So obviously that one will go onto there like so. I'm going to duplicate that again with 2 BP screws. We'll pop the BP through here, like so. So this will be coming to the channel on a Wednesday every week. There's no specific time of when it goes, but I like to aim for around 7:30. But obviously it'll just go up when the video's ready. So yeah, there's no specific time for it. So we'll screw that in as well. Like so, and as you can see, that is looking absolutely spectacular. So once we've done that, guys, the next thing what we need to do is we need to grab our radiator grille, which is part 3 out, and you'll notice that you've got a recess in here, or a groove. And as you can see, it's got 2 pegs either side of here. You'll notice that there's 2 pegs either side of here. You've got one to the left and one to the right. And what's going to happen is it doesn't look like it goes a specific way. I can't see any indentation, although there seems to be 2 little holes here, but I don't think that's deliberate. So what we'll do is we'll pop that into there like so, and that clips into there quite nicely. We're then going to use some AP screws. So I'm just going to pop the BP screw into there. We'll get some APs, get them out like so, get the AP, and then we'll screw that into the back of here, okay? And once they've gone in, we do that again on the other side as well. Oops. You'll feel it click into place. It was doing that thing again where it didn't feel like it was going into nothing. There we go. Takes a bit of persuasion this, but so far it's a really enjoyable build. And these come in once a month. Now, we have been informed that there is a delay moving forward, so apparently they're going to give us free shipping, you know, postage and packaging, because something to do with the border's been closed. So obviously they can't get the parts over yet until they sort it out or what have you. So that is that part there. What we're going to do next is, that is looking stunning. We'll pop that to one side, because the next thing what we need to do is to position the emblem in part 3E. This is part 3E, and as I said, if you look at one of my GTR videos, I think I've locked it off for now, but I'll have a look. This sort of section here is very similar to the GTR. You know where we put that badge in? That's basically what we're going to do with this little emblem here. And as you can see on it, it's got RT. So I'm assuming if we turn that round, it's actually engraved it on the Pacific way it goes. You've got 2 pins diagonal, and as you can see, it goes in like that. So it's actually engraved on the mesh as well for easy clarification there. I'm just gonna, don't want to press it too much, but don't that look nice? Look at that. You can see that looks really, really nice. So once we've done that, what we need to do is we need to bring back this part here, and what's going to happen is this will feed into there. But before we do that, what we need to do is we need to It looks like it's going in from the back, so it looks like if you look here, you've got like a little cutout section at the top here, and then you've got screw holes around it, so it looks as if, I'm assuming, it's going to feed into there like that, and then once we've done that, we're going to put 3A on, which is this piece here. And as you can see, that's got the same thing, so you've got like holes going round. Now the groove, this cutout section, they want at the bottom, okay? Because what's going to happen is that's going to feed onto there like that, okay? So I think the easiest way to do this, I think I'm going to do it from this side up, okay? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the screw holes in first. I'm going to offer that to that first, like so. And then once I've done that, I need to check this a bit because these need to marry up to screw holes, but it looks like that one doesn't have it. So I'm going to turn that round again because you need the mid one on that screw hole, you see. So it looks like you've got a hole here, and then a hole at the end here. And then what will happen is this part here will offer onto that, and we'll line that up like so. And there we go, that will sandwich together now. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 9 AP screws in now. So basically it's just a case of going round, screwing all the screws in now. So we'll just screw that into position. Whoops. I think this is really gorgeous. Now some people have been asking me about the Ecto. I have shelved that for the minute, just because obviously, because it's with the sister company, I was on a subscription with it, and every time, say if for some reason the payment bounces, you have to go through all the setup procedure again, put all the card details in again for them to update the card. But it will be coming. It's just obviously, the way I do my videos is if a new collection pops up that I like, I pause one collection to take that on, and then I move the budget onto that collection. Then after that, I go back to the other collection that I started and move it along a bit, then I may pause this part, and that's how I do it. So, yeah. So yeah, it looks as if we've got quite a lot of screws to get through here. So this is, I have to say, the detail on this is absolutely amazing. Because you need a careful balance. It's got to be a careful balance between plastic and metal, because if it was all metal, it would weigh an absolute ton. So yeah. I'll just screw this one down here. So yeah, the next one of these will be next Wednesday. Oops, that's not one. That one doesn't seem to be wanting to go in. It's saying, I don't want to go in. Okay, it could be that it's not. Ah, right, I see what's happened. Yeah, that's going in now, so that's fine. Let me take that out a minute because I know what the problem is. The mesh has to be lined up perfectly. So obviously, if I just move that bit, that should line that up. We'll do this side and then we'll come back to that side in a minute, because I may have to take this top layer off just to lever it down a bit, and then we can get this all screwed in nicely. But yeah. So again, this side is doing it as well. So if you feel that click, then that means it's gone in, as you can see. If it's not going in, just give it a gentle push and then you'll feel it click into place, and that will be screwed in. And obviously every screw that goes in is so satisfying, seeing each screw be screwed in. It's quite nice, you know, seeing an empty bag. It feels like these screws go in on an angle. So that's that. You'll feel a lot of clicking in this. So we've got 1, 2, 3 more to do. and that'll be that, which is quite nice. So yeah, so I'm going to screw this part in here now, which is going to go into this middle one. Now this one you'll have to watch because it's got a nodule bit here, which obviously makes it a little bit difficult to put the screw in, but having said that, that's going in absolutely fine. There we go, so we'll pop that down there. I mean, the pack of this was huge when we got it, because I got this on Christmas Eve, which was nice because the Iron Man turned up before Christmas and so did this, so yes. And then obviously we'll screw this in. I have decided to completely stop lives. The reason being is because I played back the Iron Man and it's all blurry. I just can't. StreamYards is good, but you know, I don't know if it's a phone that's causing the blurriness or what, but when I film pre-recorded on this, it seems to come out fine, so it can't be the phone. Plus, I'm not really one for going live all the time, so I like to do my videos in advance. So yeah, that's that. So as you can see, that is looking oh, look at this. That looks so good. Oh, wow. That looks amazing. Now, I did notice that we've got a screw problem here, so let me just try and screw that in. And we'll screw it in. Like so. Because this one doesn't seem to want to go in. There we go. So that's what that looks like. That looks absolutely... I tell you what, I cannot wait to get the electrics in that because that looks awesome. Okay guys, so the next part, once we've done that, we're then going to get this part here, which is the valance, because we've got some detailing to do now. So as you can see, we've got these holes coming in here, and what's going to happen is we're going to be putting the indicator trims in. Now as you can see, this is what these look like. So they want it so that this curved section is going to be facing at the top. So you put it in, basically, I should imagine if we turn that round, you put it in basically like that. So it'll hold in like that. And then we'll do that. Again, we'll do one by one at the moment. And then what will happen is we'll secure this red part in. Okay, and that's got 2 pins again, same sort of technique. And we'll pop that in there like so. Yeah, I think that's around the wrong way actually, so let's put it in from this side. And then we'll put the red screw, put the red thing in. Right, I see. I see. And then obviously we'll put this section over here, which holds that into position. But what I need to do is I need to figure out how this goes in. So they've got it like that. It looks like that goes in like that. Yeah, I see. Yeah, that's how it goes. Right, lovely. And then obviously this part here feeds into there like that. What's quite interesting is these don't have an LED in them, so I'm assuming that these are just for show. These ones, these are going to go in with DM screws now. Okay, so we'll get our DM screws. Like so. We'll secure that in to there. It's just going to secure that in and hold that into place. Only needs really a couple of turns, and then that's that. It's always best to work on one at a time when you're doing 2 of the same thing, because if you've got one headlamp to do, you might don't do them 2 at the same time. I would just do one and then do the other one once you've done that. So that's what that looks like. Oh wow, that red looks so good against that black. So once we've done that, we're going to duplicate that now on the other side. This is really easy to put together, absolutely stunning. And then we'll pop that over the edge like so. And that's how that goes in. Sorry, getting carried away here. So, yep. And then hold it, put the DM. Because these have got like a circle head on them, they're like a chamfered screw. I was going to say a spax screw, but it's not a spax. Just going to loosen that off a bit because it's just walked slightly. Sometimes if you turn it too much, it will bring this side out a bit. So we'll just get the other one out. Attach that like that. Put that into there. Move that along a bit. And screw that down. But yeah, this is more like a chamfered than a spax. So yes, that's looking, I'll just screw that down a little bit more. You know what I'm like with screws, I do like them nice and tight. So that is what that looks like. That looks absolutely amazing. So once we've done that, I'm just going to put my DM screw back into here. So we've got that safe. These will eventually go into one of my boxes that I've got for it. And then what we're going to do, we're going to marry these two up. Now as you can see, you've got two holes either side of here, left and right, and then they're going to marry up with these two holes. They're going to sandwich up together like that, and then we're going to get our CP screw and screw that into the bottom like so. So obviously once that's down like that, just hold it slightly. We hold that like that, we should be able to. This is where you need half a dozen pairs of hands. You should be able to screw that down like that. And as you can see, that's going in quite nice. I'm just going to put one on this side because I do think, whoops, that screws fell on the floor, but don't worry, I've got a spare here. You always get spares with this build, so obviously if you think you've missed one out, you haven't. It's just, they like to provide spares because the last thing you want is to lose a screw and then you've got a screw missing to that holds the build up. And as you can see, you saw then that this sort of pries together as soon as I push that up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give that another tighten like that. This one's going to have another little tighten like that. Lovely. And then what we need to do is just duplicate that with the other two screws, and then this is that issue done, and absolutely brilliant. It does actually say here that the nose of your Dodge Charger RT is now finished, so this will form the nose, and I suspect these two holes here somewhere will join onto the chassis. We have actually got the chassis, so that will be coming up, because if you do it 4 weeks, if you do it, say, one video each week, by the time you've got to the 4th week, then obviously the next shipment should be here. So that's why I do it. So although it's a monthly, you're sort of getting it weekly by doing videos each week. But just screw that down there, like so. Screw that in. And ladies and gentlemen, that, my friends, is what that looks like. OMG, that looks absolutely stunning. Look at the detail on that. Absolutely brilliant. I cannot wait to get these lights in. As I said, these red ones down here don't have a hole in. So the way to tell that apart is obviously, if they're show lights, what I mean by that is they're just there for show. They won't have an LED hole. I mean, some people might like to mod it if you do want the red lights to show, although the red lights, I think, are just for show. And then obviously the ones that do work and operate will have holes in for the LEDs to plumb into. So that is that. That is a massive 10 out of 10 from me. Absolutely really enjoyable issue. Now, quite interestingly, as you can see on the back, it doesn't actually tell you what's coming up in the next issue. I'm just going to check the front of the issue. Yeah, so what they've done is they've done it like this to surprise you for what's going to come in the next issue. Now, the next shipment, we should be getting a free gift, but I don't know, because obviously this is sub only. For some apparent reason, you can't get it in the shop. They don't have an online shop, so it's literally sub only if you want this, and I believe it comes from Germany. So I hope you like that video. Please remember to like and subscribe. Remember, if you do want to be notified of all the videos so I do, please tap the bell notification, which will give you a notification of all my videos. Hope you like that. I'll see you next Wednesday for more of the Dodge Charger. Take care. Bye bye.